Kia ora, good evening. Tourists' driving behaviour on the Te Anau Milford Road is causing unnecessary crashes to the frustration of locals and police. The crash rate is so bad it has made the road one of the most dangerous in the country. Helen McPherson has the story.
Tourism is the lifeblood of Te Anau. Thousands of tourists pass through here on their way to the tourism mecca of Milford Sound. However, some of them don't make it. Their driving is not up to speed and they crash.
Familiar roads in an unfamiliar country, unfamiliar vehicles, and they're looking at scenery. The driving part of it really perhaps isn't their focus, and I would say that some of them struggle for competency in operating a vehicle on our roads. Ask
any local and you'll get a tale of driver behaviour which boggles the mind. Former Te Anau Police Chief Lloyd Matheson has been involved in search and rescue in a volunteer and professional capacity around Te Anau and Fiordland for around 30 years.
Just on the Milford Road there'll be a culvert somewhere and the car's left the road and gone down the bank and done a right-hand turn and come in under the culvert, under the road.
They think they're on the road still?
I don't know what they think, but they finish up stuck in the culvert and can't get their doors open to get out. And I've seen them upside down on the side of the road, still strapped in and trying to start the motor while they're still strapped in upside down, and there's all crazy stories that go on about the Milford Road.
One of those that can tell a few stories about tourists' appalling driving on the Milford Road is commercial driver and tour leader John Carter.
Yeah, on Monday I was having a cup of tea with my group and two folks turned up really worried, just with a suitcase. They just had a terrible crash, picked out their belongings and were after a ride home. The car wasn't recognisable, so I was told by the people who saw it, and they'd picked them up and taken them to me as someone who I guess could help them.
And that's just this week?
That's just this week.
So they're lucky to walk away?
Lucky to be alive, and I'm only on there for one part of the day. You know, there's 50 drivers a day commercially going in who are each having unique examples.
The crash rate is so high, 141 crashes in a 3-year period, 76% involving tourist drivers. The Milford Te Anau Road is considered one of the worst in the country.
It doesn't surprise us when we get a call to say that another tourist has crashed, single vehicle. Yeah, that's pretty common and we just have to deal with it.
Reasons for the crashes include speed, lack of concentration and fatigue. Many tourists racing to Milford from Queenstown and back in one day.
Just think, what's the marketing of selling Milford about? It's about looking after people, so I think this carry-on of a full day to Milford and back, from Queenstown, Milford and back is just, in this day and age, it's ridiculous.
Police say a multi-pronged approach is needed, including better signage, driver education and warning advisories.
Transit, Opus and down EDI Works, we're all working together to get these the signage improved, the roading improved, and electronic signs with up-to-date information on the road is one of the initiatives here.
In my past life when I was on the police, it didn't matter whether you ticketed people before Te Anau, because you find that they'd have a motor accident after they left Te Anau on the road, so the ticketing regime didn't particularly work. I think it's all about education.
Meanwhile, locals won't drive on the road at certain times in fear for their lives. A Milford Te Anau highway is described by some as a circus.
It's ludicrous. It's like a circus, like kids at the playground. Yeah. Some kids love that sort of stuff and other ones get hurt.
And as a driver on that road, concerning?
Yeah, it's concerning because, you know, it's also unnecessary.
Helen McPherson, South Today News.